In this video, I'd like to talk to you about how I teach 6/8. 6/8 can be very fun and rewarding. A lot of my students, once they've learned all the different time signatures, say this one is their favorite, it feels the best. So it can be hard to wrap their mind around some of the things in 6/8 that are different, but it's not bad if you take a methodical approach. Now, please go ahead and throw out this idea of slow 6/8 being different from fast 6/8. I've heard this in various different circles, and just ignore it, in my opinion, because 6/8 is 6/8, and you can go really slow or you can go really fast, just like 4/4. It doesn't somehow magically change. So if you approach it this way, slow 6/8 is the same as fast 6/8, and you can figure it out. So remember to tell your students that the top number represents how many beats per measure. So you got 6 beats per measure, and now we're getting into our first time signature that has a different number on the bottom. So they might be like, oh, that's different, what do I do? Oh my gosh. But it's very simple. Just the 8 on the bottom means that 8th note gets the beat. Now, the tricky part is that beat and pulse are not the same thing. Beat and pulse are not the same thing. In a lot of even music theory texts written by college professors, I see them calling it the same thing, and it just isn't. Pulse is different. There are strong pulses, like beat 1 and 4/4, and 3 is like a medium strong, and beat 2 and 4 are weak. That's more, pulse. And the beat in 4/4 is the same as the pulse, but in 6/8, beat and pulse are two different things, okay? There are 6 beats per measure, but there's only 2 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you only tap your toe on 1 and 4. Okay? So like I said, in 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4, beat and pulse are the same. But in 6/8, 3/8, 9/8, 12/8, beat and pulse are not the same thing. Please don't wait a long time to introduce the time signature of 6/8. I made the first 6/8 rhythm exercise number 78 for a reason. I don't want kids to get too, settled in that only quarter notes can have. When you begin to teach 6/8, it's very helpful if you set the metronome on 66 beats per minute and then turn on a triplet subdivision. This will help your students to hear that 1 and 4 are loud and dominant, but 2, 3, and 5, 6 are still audible. Just have them tap their toe to the metronome on the setting for a while until they get settled in. 1, 2. Then add the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that, model a measure full of 8th notes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let them echo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Having them clap it back to you by rote, just echoing the sounds that they heard without necessarily understanding. If you do that a few times, then you're going to firmly establish the beat and pulse, the meter, and then the rhythm is going to come along. Okay? Once you have this solid, then I move on to number 78, and I go through that process where I model, and they use their gun, and then I put it up on the board, and I point to each note while they clap it, and finally I'll let them clap it on their own. So 78, just the first 3 measures, model it. They're going to use their gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they are going to do it back while I'm pointing at it up on the board. And that pointing to it up on the board, especially when you're in a new time signature with a new complex rhythm, is really going to help them equate the sound to the symbol. Other time signatures with an 8 on the bottom. 3/8 is counted. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 9/8 is counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12/8. It's a little funky. I came up with this. The reason that it's a little funky is because when you get into 16th notes in these time signatures, you have to say "and" after. So I felt it too much of a mouthful, especially with my percussionists in the high school level when they were playing some stuff in 12/8. Said it was too cumbersome to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12, and it got to be a tongue tie twist type thing. So this is how we actually count 12/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they can understand that it's basically like two measures of 6/8 smashed together, but you can tell them, okay, one is the strongest pulse in the measure. That when you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, that's the second strongest. It's like in 4/4, this one's strong, this one's medium, and these two are weak. So you can tell them that the 4s are weak, 1 is strong, and 2 is medium. So 12/8 can be a little bit funky, but if you practice it over and over again on simple rhythms, then they won't get too tongue-tied when they go fast. Like I've said before, remember, every time you do a clapping exercise, the metronome is on. Your posture is good. Tap your toe. Count out loud to represent the meter. Clap the rhythms. 2 exercises twice each. Model new exercises. Make them use their gun or touch the music. Use the line and dot system. Keep the energy level high. And then keep the study period short so that hopefully it's both intense and fun.